So my partner came home. Well, I made some comments on this. I just wanted to make this a shorter video, but I made some comments about it, and the time is different. But it's 2:51 right now, and on the 4th of March, wanted to share a little bit of a story. It's not so funny. I think it's funny, but I doubt you will. But it does show some insights into how things, how these Anglicans work, and how these well, they call themselves Christians, but I don't think they are, how these quote Christians behave. And um, so, this evening my partner came home and we had a discussion. And as often is when we have a discussion, there's somebody either slowly walking by so they can hear, that they witnessed us talking or that they heard that way, or they actually stand by the unit next door and actually stand at the door with their ear pointed towards our unit. The units are very, very flimsy. There's no insulation here in Australia, not here anyways, and the wall is just basically aluminum frame with glass and a real thin sheet of like board. Well, I mean, you can hear anything, everything. You can hear someone fart, you can hear someone whispering, someone talking. So, I mean, I know that they monitor in other ways, but they say that that's how they heard it. So you can't say, oh yeah, we monitored your computer. We made a group policy to feed your microphone, your inner microphone over to our, server, and we monitor your audio that way, or we monitor your video through, because we set up a group policy in your Windows machine and we monitor your camera. They're not going to say that. They say, yeah, we walked by and we heard you, or we were at our door and we heard you. And that's why they always do that. And that's why they sneak and sit on the stairs with their ear to the wall, so they can say, oh, we heard you, we heard you. When reality is that, they're using other monitoring methods. Anyways, they've even ran Cat 9 cable or Cat 6 cable through the ceiling, and that's dangerous. That's another talk for another time. So, and they didn't tell anybody the security implications of it. They didn't tell anybody the truth. All the people here, except for one guy who's a crook, nobody really knows anything about Cat 9 cable or microphones or surveillance or cameras. Nobody knows how it works. Nobody knows that you can power a camera or a microphone off a Cat 9 cable and Ethernet cable that you use for your internet. Nobody knows that. Well, there's one guy here who claims not to be an Anglican, and he's involved with them, and he would know, but he's crooked. So, in my opinion, he's crooked. So, and he like it. So, anyways, he like it being crooked. So, anyways, tonight I had a conversation, and I'm starting to hear stuff by the door that, indications that there's somebody out there. So I open up the door because I don't like that, and I like to let them know, hey, look, I don't really appreciate you standing out here. So I stand out there. If they're going to stand outside my door, I open up my door and I look at them. Anyways, I did that, and sure as I thought, exactly like I thought, there was a woman standing, and she was staring at me standing in the door, just glaring daggers. Like, at least that's what it looked like to me. I could see her curly hair and I could see her eyes just staring. And I could see the light shining on her face from the doorway. And then another male, which probably her husband. So I'm guessing that maybe they're Ratchet's parents, because Ratchet's going to have her offspring pretty soon. Or they're going to bring in their spawn into the world pretty soon and teach it how to be a nice little criminal, teach it how to lie, teach it how to deceive. It'll have a head start. It'll be really well adjusted in this modern world. And so they were standing there, and the guy and the elderly man, not McFoolfley, but the older guy, says, well, just, don't want anybody breaking into your car. They're going to break into your car. And so I'm guessing that, either, whatever the reason behind it, it was really funny, because here's this guy talking to McFoolfley, who's been breaking into our computer, breaking into our unit. They've broken into our unit, and I'm almost 100% positive that he's done it. I used to have a surveillance system set up in our unit, and it was hooked up to a computer, It was just a little camera hooked up to a computer, and they got into the camera remotely, and they deleted photos when they would enter the unit, but they would periodically leave like a vagrant orphaned photo. And so I would periodically see an orphan photo sitting around, and I know that these Anglicans entered our unit, but nobody wants to see or hear anything about it. So he's a bad person, and here this guy is telling him, I'm assuming his father-in-law telling him, be careful, someone will steal your car. And I thought it was really ironic and funny. It was like this man had no idea that McFooley is a criminal. He breaks into people's homes. He breaks into people's computers. He breaks into people's surveillance systems. He enjoys it. And he has lots of people helping him do it. I thought the whole thing was pretty ironic. And considering all the things that go on in this, all the crimes that I've seen happen in this religious group, I thought it was really funny that they put on this facade like, oh, be careful, there's bad people out there, when really the bad people aren't out there. The bad person is standing right in front of him, and he's talking to him. He's telling the bad person to lock his door. Well,